Well, when I came to Perquimans County, I was a 4th grade teacher. I taught for 4 years, and then I was a librarian for 12 years. And then I was assistant principal at the middle school for a couple years, and principal at Central School for about 4.5 years before I became principal here.
Did you always know that you wanted to work in a school system with little kids?
Well, actually, when I went to college originally, I planned on being a high school math teacher. And when I got to college and started taking upper level calculus, I realized that I didn't want to be a high school math teacher because it was a little bit more than I could handle. And so then I was going to do different things. I was going to be a psychologist, I was going to be a marine biologist, and then eventually I settled into elementary education. And I never planned on specializing in younger kids. It was just kind of the way that worked out.
So did anything in your childhood, your teenagers, anything really push you to go into education, or was it just the math?
I had some really great math teachers in high school, and I was just really good at math, and I felt really encouraged by the teachers that I had. And so that's what kind of led me in the direction of wanting to be a teacher.
Could you picture yourself doing anything else? You said you thought about being a psychologist and marine biologist. Could you picture yourself doing anything other than what you're doing now?
Well, to be honest, I never pictured myself doing this job to start with. It was not in my plans to be a high school principal, but really nothing in my career has really been planned. I thought I wanted to be a teacher, and I loved it, and then I was ready to do something different, so I became a librarian, and I loved that, but then I thought I was ready to do something different, and I thought I could be a leader for schools, and so then I started those classes to be an administrator, and then they asked me what I wanted to do, and I said, well, I'll be an administrator anywhere in the school system except don't put me at the middle school. And that's where they put me, but I loved being at the middle school, and that was great. And then, again, I went back to Central, which was like my home, and I loved it there, and I thought, well, I'll never go anywhere else. But then this opportunity came, and I was thinking, it was an exciting opportunity to reconnect with you guys, and I've known you all since you were little, so I just thought that I could do something else. So I don't know, it's never really been anything that I thought I was looking to do. It just kind of happens. That's kind of the way it's happened for me.
How was your high school experience?
I had a great high school, and we had a lot of fun. I don't really remember a lot of conflict in my high school. Everybody just kind of got along, and there were cliques like there are everywhere, but it was like old school. Everybody got along. We had the homecoming dance with the big corsages and sock hops after the football games, and it was great. I had really good teachers in my high school, really good.
So was there any challenges you had to overcome when you went to college, since you went to so many colleges?
Well, when I went to Mary Washington College, which was my first college after high school, I was really good in high school and really smart, and when I got to college, I realized I had to study a whole lot more than I did when I was in high school, and also there were a lot more distractions at college than there were at high school. So I had great grades at high school, but when I went to college the first time, my grades weren't as good as they could have been. I wasn't as focused as I could have been. But then when I went back to get the other degrees, I was an adult, and I was ready to learn, and I was committed. And so I had straight A's in every class I took at East Carolina and Elizabeth City State because I was ready to learn, but I had a little bit more challenges at Mary Washington.
So, do you have any advice that you would give to people like me and Sam that are planning to go into the educational department?
I would say take your experiences seriously. When you have the opportunity to visit classrooms, that's going to be really some of your most valuable learning experiences. Not so much what you're learning in your college classes, but the opportunities they provide you to be in the field and have those experiences. Be willing to have an open mind to try different grade levels and things. Like I said, I never imagined that I was going to be all the way from pre-K to high school level, but you know, I've enjoyed every experience, so be open-minded to trying new things. And don't be frustrated by the things that you hear in the news. It seems that teachers are under attack, and public education has been under attack from legislators and you know, just the news. And so it can be kind of frustrating, and you can get kind of down on the career. But what I just try to remember is, do you like kids? Do you connect with kids? And do you want to make a difference with kids? And if you can answer yes to those questions, then you're doing it for the right reasons. If you think the best thing about being a teacher is going to be that you go home at 3:30 and you got summers off, then you need to find something else to do, because being a teacher is not for you. You just, it's hard work. And it never stops. I mean, you're a teacher 24 hours a day, so you just have to be committed to it.
Is there anything you can see yourself doing after this, or are you satisfied with where you're at?
Well, like I said, my career has not gone in any path that I imagined, so I don't know what happens next for me. You know, 6 years ago, if you'd said I was going to be a principal, I would say you're crazy. 2 years ago, if you said I was going to be at the high school, I would say you're crazy. You know, I've had some people that ask me if I wanted to be superintendent. Right now, I say you're crazy. But, you know, I don't know what holds. I always wanted to be a college professor. I always thought that would be fun to go back and teach others. Some days I just want to retire and sit on the beach and relax because I've worked so hard for so long. So I don't really know. I don't really have any plans right now.
Do you have any advice for the rest of them that even, like, the rest of them that don't necessarily want to go into education but do want to do something different?
I would say don't be committed to whatever's your first choice is the way it has to be. Leave your options open and explore what's out there, because you know, like I said, for me, my first option didn't work out, but I just kept looking until I found something. And you know, if you start a career and it's not the right career for you, don't feel like you have to be committed to that career for your whole life, because you know, you don't want to live your whole life hating what you do every day. And so look for that thing that makes you tick, that thing that you're interested in, and keep pursuing that so that you've got options that make you happy in your life.
Alright, well, thank you, Ms. Fields, for your time.
Well, you're welcome. Enjoy.